Welcome to another episode of the Northern Premier League Goal Show for Saturday 11th of January. We start at Mariners Park as South Shields welcomed Mickleover Sport to the northeast. New signing Sefton Gonzalez had a goal ruled out early doors for a foul as he looked to get off the mark for his new club. And when the first goal did come, some thought it was he who had got it, but it appears that this ball went straight in from Aaron Thompson. A second goal followed shortly after the half-hour mark. Again, a ball from wide out going straight in, this time from Nathan Lowe. That gave Shields a 2-0 lead at half-time. They had another goal ruled out before the break. Jason Gilchrist, the scorer, denied this time. And in the second half, Mickleover sprung an unlikely fight back. 2 goals in 5 minutes. Got them back in the game. The first goal went to Patrick Webb. He tucked in the rebound at the far post after Stuart Bevan's shot had been saved by Miles Boney. And then Andrew Wright silenced the home faithful with an equaliser on 73 minutes. But Sefton Gonzalez did get his goal, and he ended up with 2 in fact, as Shields secured the win with 3 goals in the final 15 minutes. This was the first. And then South Shields' fourth fell to Jason Gilchrist to make sure of the 3 points, and then Gonzalez 2 minutes from time put icing on the cake. They remain top of the table. Here's what Nathan Lowe had to say after the game.
I think everyone will admit that we made it difficult for ourselves. We had a bit of a shaky 20 minutes coming out from half time. But what I will say is, if when a team does score 2 goals against you like that, it shows real character to pick yourself back up and score the extra few goals and win the game.
Games with Trinity are 6 games unbeaten now in the league. Alex Wiles scored a cracker to open the scoring at home to Witton Albion on 21 minutes. Witton hit back straight away though, a goal from a long throw-in. Thomas Owens, the goal scorer. Witton have struggled in recent weeks and have slipped down to 14th in the table. They fell to a defeat here. Wiles grabbed his second on 66 minutes to restore Gainsborough's advantage. Tucking this one away after Simon Russell's cross, and then Will Thornton made sure of the points on 73 minutes. As Gainsborough look to move away from the foot of the table under new manager Curtis Woodhouse. Witton now haven't won since their chairman John Salmon pushed for promotion as they sat 6th in the table. Here's Wiles after his debut brace.
I know, debuts don't get much better than that, do they? I didn't expect to score 2, but like I say, I'll take it. 3 points is class. So hopefully I can keep going now, kick on from here.
Lancaster City show no signs of falling away at the top of the Premier Division table. They were 3-0 winners at Warrington Town. Matt Blinkhorn with the first here. And it was a second half brace for striker Brad Carsley for the Dolly Blues. Lancaster are 3 points behind leaders South Shields in second place in the table. Grantham sliding down towards the bottom of the table. They haven't won away from home either so far this season. Warrington Town recorded their first win since November. Jordan Buckley, their recent signing from FC United, scoring the only goal in a 1-0 win over Radcliffe, heading home from Scott Brown's free kick. Warrington had drawn 5 of their last 6 games, having led in each of those matches. Buxton are still down at the wrong end of the table, and they squandered a 2-0 lead at home to Morpeth Town at Silverland. Diego Di Girolamo scored twice in 5 minutes to put them 2-0 up inside 20 minutes. That second coming from an indirect free kick inside the box. Morpeth pulled one back through Jack Fole 4 minutes before half-time, and he would go on to score a hat-trick to complete a remarkable turnaround from the Highwaymen. The North East side will still no doubt have ambitions of sneaking into the playoffs in their first season in the Premier Division. The bottom two met at Hurst Cross as Ashton United welcomed Stafford Rangers. There was a mighty scramble in the box, typical of a game at the lower end of the table to start this one. But it would be Stafford who took the lead. Josh Green's free kick, giving them a 27th minute advantage. Picked that one out. But as has been often the case in recent weeks, Stafford couldn't hold on to their lead. Josh Wilson headed Ashton back on terms in the 62nd minute. They also had a chance cleared off the line by Green as they pushed for a winner. It eventually came Michael Brewster nodding home from point blank range in the 85th minute for a crucial victory for Ashton.
Oh, it's massive. I forgot what it felt like, to be honest. But no, we've all been working so hard, and I think it's not just about me and the lads. It's about everyone. You know, the people who run the club, you volunteers. It's been hard to be positive over the last few weeks for all of us, and I thank everyone for all their hard work behind the scenes, and we're working damn hard. So today we weren't just about the players; it was more for the fans and the hardcore people who come watching us, and the volunteers who give so much time week in, week out. So I'm just delighted for everyone, really.
It was a routine afternoon for Basford United at home to Bamber Bridge, whose recent away revival came to a thundering halt at Basford. That was despite Ashley Worsfold having an early goal disallowed. Nat Watson did break the deadlock on 32 minutes with this free kick, and Worsfold did get his goal shortly after, making it 2 before half-time. And Watson put icing on the cake 2 minutes from time. 3-0 win for Basford, who remain third in the table. Scarborough Athletic played out their 8th home draw of the season. Ryan Watson give them the lead with this free kick. At home to Nantwich Town. But the Dabbers would secure a point. Joe Maswali's header, his overhead kick, shall we say, from close range, making that 1-1. Jekyll and Hyde United went down at home to Whitby Town, 2-0. Daniel Rowe gave the Seasiders the lead. And Paul Blackett, who's on loan from Gateshead, he scored in all 4 of his appearances for Whitby, and they've not lost since he joined the club. He got his goal in the very last minute of this one to secure the 3 points. So looking at the BetVictor Northern Premier League Premier Division table, South Shields still top on 48 points. They've got games in hand on pretty much everybody. Just ahead of Lancaster with Basford just behind. FC United were in FA Trophy action. They were beaten 7-0 by National League leaders Barrow, but they're still well placed. Warrington returned to the playoff places after picking up their first win since November. At the bottom, Stafford missed the golden opportunity. A 2-goal win would have lifted them above Ashton United, but as it was, they lost, and they're now 6 points adrift of Ashton and 10 points adrift of safety. Buxton throwing away their 2-0 lead cost them what would have been a jump up to 16th place. In the BetVictor Northern Premier South East Division, here are the results from that. Belper Town were 1-0 winners at home to Sutton Coldfield Town. There were 10 goals at Carlton Town, who came from 2-0 down to beat Wisbech Town 6-4. Anthony Malbon was on the score sheet again as Kidsgrove Athletic won 1-0 at Chase Town. High Flying Cleethorpes won 2-0 at home to Sheffield. Leek Town continued their march towards the top of the table with a 4-1 win over Market Drayton Town. Tim Grice with a hat-trick as he nears 200 goals for the club. Frickley Athletic were 1-0 winners at Newcastle Town. Jonathan Margetts with the goal there. Spalding United beat Ilkeston Town 1-0. Stamford remain top. They were 3-0 winners over Lincoln United. They are separated from Leek on just goal difference. Stocksbridge Park Steelers won 2-1 at home to Loughborough Dynamo, scoring 2 goals in 3 minutes before half-time to turn that around. And Glossop North End scored 2 late goals as they won 2-0 at Worksop Town. That leaves the league table looking like this. I've got it wrong because Leek Town are now top. They're 2 points clear of Stamford. Cleethorpes there in third, Belper fourth, Carlton back in the playoffs after their 6-4 win. They're in fifth. At the bottom, Wisbech 2 points adrift of Market Drayton Town. Newcastle Town and Chase Town still nervously looking over their shoulders. In the North West Division, 2 goals either side of half-time got Brighouse Town a 2-0 win at home to Runcorn Linnet. City Liverpool were smashed for 5 at home to Ramsbottom United, going down 5-2. Iowa Gooden scored a hat-trick there, and Josh Marmee continued his goal-scoring form with 2 himself. Workington were 3-0 winners at Cole. Dunstan won 1-0 at home to Tadcaster Albion. Mosley came from behind to pick up a much-needed win at home to Clitheroe. And in the battle of 2 of the clubs towards the bottom of the table, Pickering Town picked up a valuable 3-2 win at home to Ossett United. Marsh United were 1-0 winners at Pontefract Collieries. Prescott Cables beat Droylsden 4-0 with Matty Hamilton scoring a hat-trick. Trafford lost 2-1 at home to Kendal Town, and Niall Cummins scored all 4 of Marines' goals in their 4-1 win over Widnes. That leaves the Northwest table looking like this. Workington top on 44, Ramsbottom second on 43, and Marine third on 42. All have played the same number of games. If Tadcaster win their game in hand, they'd be on 41. Promises to be one hell of a title race in that league this season. At the bottom, Pickering's win keeps them in touching distance with those above. Kendal, their win at Trafford keeps them off the bottom. Ossett, having picked up a couple of wins recently, they've been sucked into it. Widnes will also be nervously looking over their shoulder at what's below them. As mentioned, FC United were in FA Trophy action at the weekend. They were beaten 7-0 at Barrow. Matlock Town put up a brave fight at East League 2, another National League side, but they went down 2-1. That ends the Northern Premier League's interest in the FA Trophy for this season. This week, there's no league games in midweek, but there are a few cup games. Baseford United at home to Matlock and Trafford against Ramsbottom have both survived the weather in the Integro League Cup. There's some County Cup games as well. Full programme of league fixtures is back next Saturday. And we'll be back next week with a roundup of all the goals. Thanks for watching.